Yes, India have lost their first ever home series since 2012. It has not been a good series for the Indian team at all. Rather, it has been a poor series. But there are certain talking points that are coming out from this series, certain highlights which are concerning for the Indian team, and among them are the two senior most batters of our team, Captain Rohit Sharma and former captain, perhaps one of the greatest batters of all time, Virat Kohli. I think these two guys, this team Atroda is in a transition phase. There are plenty of youngsters coming through. There are certain players who are coming of the age. They are growing into their roles, like a Rishabh Pant, like a Shubman Gill. But when a team is in transition, you need your senior most guys to stand up and take responsibility, inspire the youngsters with certain quality knocks or their performances. But when it comes to Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, in the recent past, I think they both have not been consistent at all. And among them lies their deficiency or difficulty of playing spin bowling. What do you have to say about Rohit and Virat in this series in particular, Atroda, and of course their performances in the last couple of years?
It's a very valid point that you make when you say that in a period of transition, you need the senior players to stand up and deliver,
Right,
and that's those are the guys the youngsters look up to,
right,
and those are the guys the youngsters are get inspired by.
right,
So it's a little unfortunate that despite being such illustrious players, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have not delivered in the recent past.
right.
And we are seeing certain deficiencies which are quite glaring, particularly when it comes to playing spin bowling.
Absolutely.
And we expect Indian batters to dominate spin bowlers when they are playing at home, and that is not what has happened. And we have to say that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli both have been found wanting on this front. I'm not questioning their commitment. I'm
No,
not
no, not
questioning
at all.
their nothing. I mean, those things are not
Not at
not
all.
questionable
But
at
they
all.
fought.
I'm just talking about performance.
Right,
And when it came to the crunch, we saw that they failed to deliver.
right.
I mean, like if you take, for example, this Bangalore test and the Pune test, although both of them got half centuries in the
Right.
second innings in Bangalore in the first test, but compared to what was needed, that was not exactly, the team needed much more.
Right.
So these are concerns which will bug India when they board the flight for Australia, because those 5 tests are going to be very, very grueling, and the Australians will have noticed that these two are not on song. So they will target them. There will be some soft points in the Indian batting order when they reach Australia.
Absolutely. If we have to talk about numbers, then let's start with the captain himself, Rohit Sharma. In the last 2 years, he has played 21 innings, where he has scored 514 runs. That is completely against spin bowling. I am talking about 514 runs at an average of 30, with a strike rate of 55, which is okay, which is not too much relevant in Test cricket. But in 21 innings, he has been dismissed 17 times by spinners. This is across all countries, not only specific to India. When it comes to Virat Kohli, 19 innings played, 514 runs, average slightly better in 34, strike rate 47, dismissed 15 times against spinners. So if we talk about Virat, then 19 innings played, 15 times dismissed. Rohit Sharma, 21 innings played, 17 times dismissed.
By
And
spinners.
by spinners. This is only by spinners. So that's a glaring stat, Athru.
It's a glaring stat and also a bit of a relief. Why do I say that?
Right?
Because Australia will play one spinner.
You never know, Marnus might come into bowl. Steve Smith, although he does not bowl a lot in current years, but he can bowl. He can roll his arm.
On a serious note, this is a bit of a, black mark on the career of such a great player like
Right.
Virat Kohli. He is one of India's all-time greats,
Right.
right? I mean, there is no doubt about that.
Right.
I mean, even if he scores zeros in the
Right.
next over the next 1 year, he will remain one of
Right.
India's
Finest
biggest
batter.
biggest ever batters. But he will also carry this black mark on his career, on his CV, that he was found out by the spinners, and his record against spin bowling wasn't all that great.
Right.
And all the masters, of Indian batting, talk about Sunil Gavaskar, talk about Tendulkar, talk about Rahul Dravid, and there are many more.
Right.
They were all, conquerors of spin bowling.
Right.
So, and Virat Kohli, although he will remain one of the all-time greats in one-day cricket,
Right.
that nobody will take that away from him.
Nobody.
He is one of the he's possibly, the
Possibly the
greatest,
greatest, yes.
possibly
Yeah,
the
I
greatest
agree
of
with you.
greatest ever one-day batsman.
Absolutely.
Uh,
50
right,
India centuries is
right,
not a joke.
right. And I mean, we have seen that he single-handedly won so many matches.
Absolutely.
So, but at the same time, when that is also true. This is also true that he has, that
Struggled against spinners.
bit of a shortcoming against spin bowling in Test cricket.
Right.
So that is something that he will have to live with, and that is something that is also something that cricket will remember him for, other
Very
than
good.
his great exploits.
Very interesting, and more specifically on Virat, the way he got out twice in Pune, one missing out on a full toss, and then second playing at on a back foot when he could have come forward and defended the ball. I think these are something which of course, when you are not doing well against spin, these things come into your mind, and you are in two-mindedness whether to play that shot or not play that shot. And talking about that if we just specifically talk about their performances in Indian conditions, then Virat in 12 innings in last 2 years in India has been dismissed 11 times in 12 innings
By spinners.
by spinners. And Rohit Sharma in 18 innings has been dismissed 14 times by spinner. That's in Indian conditions, average of 34 and 32 respectively. And I mean,
That is why I said that Australia will be a relief.
you never know, they might bring in Ashton Agar or someone from their domestic side, like they did with Kuhneman and others in the past.
Those were in India, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those are not in Australia.
Right.
Australia, when they play in Australia,
Are we seeing dust bowls in Australia now? Are we going to see dust bowls in Australia given how India are playing here?
I don't think they will take that risk, because it might also just backfire like it did for India in Pune
But
in
I
particular.
think Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, I think they have better techniques
Well,
of playing
on a
spin,
serious note, really, that it's not just against spin bowling. I mean, their form in general, if you look at the averages in the 30s, which is not great. I mean, these are supposed to be good conditions for batting.
Right.
And for looking ahead to the Australia tour and looking ahead to India's prospects
Right.
of reaching the WTC final, it's absolutely essential for these two senior batters to fire and to contribute to the team scores, which unfortunately has not happened in this series. And even if you look back, if we go back to the last few series that happened in India, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they did score runs, I mean, at times,
Right.
but their overall average is way below their career average, which shows that there is a dip in performance.
In last 8 innings, Rohit Sharma scores read 8, 0, 2, 52, 23, 8, 6, 5. There are 6 single-digit scores, 1 half century and 123. So that says a lot about his current form, Virat's current form. Although that 70 I felt was a very good knock, but
Yes.
but still you need more from Virat Kohli. The benchmarks these guys have set, Rohit and Virat, and why we are specifically pointing out these two, because we expect a lot more from these guys, and not some inconsistent outing where like a youngster in the team who has played 5, 4, 6, 10 innings for the Indian team in Test cricket. These guys are legends of Indian cricket.
It's not just we who expect runs from them.
Right.
It's the team also which
And
expects
they
runs
themselves,
from
they
them.
themselves
And they, I mean, why do we say this? Because they have set such high standards
Right.
that when they fail to perform up to that level, it stands out. It becomes glaring. It looks like an aberration.
Right.
So that is exactly what has happened, and at a very, very wrong time. Because Australia Tour 5 Test matches, it's going to be a very, very grueling time, very, very
Right.
testing time for everybody.
Right.
So, looking ahead to that, it was very important for these two to have some runs under their belt, which has not happened. And one test against New Zealand remains.
Right.
Even if they score double centuries, both of them in that game, it will not exactly reduce the concern.
Exactly.
I mean, So that is really a big headache that India will travel to Australia with, and they will hope, and like the Indian cricket fans, everybody will hope that they come good. But having said that, Shubhayan, signs are a little ominous.
Ominous, concerning, whatever you want to say, but hopefully, fingers crossed that they come good against New Zealand in Mumbai, because first and foremost India need to avoid a series clean sweep, and if they can score big, then it will be not only be good for the team for in Mumbai, but in long term, looking ahead for the Australia series, I think they will also gain some confidence. On that note, do let us know what you think about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's form, their concern against spin, and your thoughts about their performances in the recent past. For now, this is Adrio with me, Shumayan Chakravarti, signing off from Pune. We'll see you soon in Bombay.